Before we want to start resurfacing this object, it's good to try to understand the basic proportions of this object. So we'll go to a basic shaded view. And let's take a look at it and try to identify what shapes do we see. So from the top, this looks like a circle, 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 and from here, yeah, that's actually not a circle anymore. Here we see this is at an angle. There's a transition. Interesting. Okay, so we will Shift A, make a circle. The circle can be much bigger. So 34 is the diameter of the object. So we need a radius of 17. 64 vertices is fine. And then we can move this to the front and see, is this actually spherical? Or does this fit into an arc? And it nearly does. Yeah. Okay. Shift D along X axis. So I press Shift D and then I pressed X. What's up with the back? Yeah, there we can see. Yeah, it's not really a circle actually. What about when I press S and X and I scale this a little bit? So I turn this into an ellipse. Yeah, S and X a little bit more. S and X. Yeah, that's too much. S and X. Okay, so with having this done, so what about here? S and X. We turn this slightly into an ellipse. And yeah, interesting. Okay, so it's close to a circle. It's not really, however, a circle. So this circle here, Shift D and escape. This is the y-axis, RY 90 degrees. Then Alt or Option B from the side. We make a cut section so we can take a look into the thing. When we lift this one up, how does this look? Yeah, okay, so we did a scale here. Let's set this to 1. Move this up. Okay, yeah, so there we can see that also this, while it's round, it's not really circular either, which is good. These things to identify and be aware of. We will select any of these circles here, maybe this one, Shift D and escape, move this one up, bring this over, bring this down 1, so it's just it does not have any scale factor. S to scale, bring this over. We'll turn on the material view so I can see via the color where the elements would be. Okay, bring this up a little bit. Actually, here, do this. We go to the side view. There it is. Bring this to there. And then from the side, I press R and try to rotate it. Okay. Looks like 15.5 degrees. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Goody. Let's also, we can try this out. We bring this, I sink this one in there. So it's add this transition between the white and the gray plastic. And then I press S. And then I try to see. So here now it starts sticking out. What about the top? Oh, look at that. It is actually not a circle there either. Interesting. So S and Y. So here this is an ellipse. Okay, with this identified, Shift D and escape, move this one up one more time. There. Now I just press S and I try while rotating to see Does this sit on the rim? It does. Okay, so this is a filleted edge. Very good. Okay, interesting. So I hope that this way you started seeing how I try to, before I really go into modeling, I try to understand how could this whole thing be built. So we make another collection, and then this collection we call, let's say, shape study. And also here we can hide this for the moment. We don't need those. What I'm going to show you now is actually a pretty cool feature, because at this point we know kind of like some of the features, and we need to figure out how could we model this. So let's go to the annotate tool. We will set this to surface. Very good. Then I go to here. I have tools, stabilize stroke. Okay, this is fine. And I will turn on a matte cap like this, or I want to have a different. This is difficult to see. Maybe the red. Maybe I remain with that one. Okay, yeah, this is good. So with this annotate tool, and what does stabilize stroke mean? You see when you start drawing, you see this red line. That really helps you to make smooth curves. If this is off, it can be very jaggy. So undo, undo, turn this on. So I can see that here, this comes down and then it stops. Okay. Then this continues more horizontal. Actually, to do a horizontal line, here we have a straight line. Jing. And then here we can see this looks like a big ellipse. This goes down. Okay. Also here we have a very gentle arc. Whoa. Actually, maybe zoom out a little bit. Maybe then it's easier because this is easier to draw because I have less screen space to draw over. I do this with the mouse, so the lines are not perfect. Okay, so this was already interesting to do with this on surface. Now actually I can start drawing a line here and drawing a line there. Okay, and I know that I have here a ring. I also know that here I have a seam at the bottom. Very good. And when I rotate my view, you can see how these lines actually got transferred over it. Not transferred, they got drawn on the surface. That is why here we have this surface tool. So it's actually a pretty cool technique to annotate objects. Let's do one line here one more time. There. Okay. Yeah. So I need to have like section here, section here. I have a cap. This is going to be a really interesting element because of the shape. So I know out of experience already that here I will have something coming down this way. The same on the other side. Yeah. And we will have something here and there. And because this is kind of like a flattened circle, I know I will have one flow here. And to get this arced, I also know here I have something like this. And then the same on the other side. Yeah. Okay, let's hide here in this mesh model and look at that. Kind of cool 3D model. I have this one edge here missing. Yep. There it is. Oh, also cool. Yeah, check this out. So from there, we just draw over this. There we are. And there we can see something actually goes in there. This helps actually seeing the wireframe mesh we might have to model at one point. So it can not only, so this annotation tool is not only very good for marking up areas that need to be improved or something during a discussion, for example, but as you can see, like in this case, it can show you the possible topology layout of the polygon mesh we might have to model to, create that type of a geometry. So I know, for example, here 1, 2, 3, 4. So this has 4 sides. Also here 1, 2, 3, 4. So this has 4. And then however 1, 2, 3. So this has 3. This is not ideal. So I need to have an edge there. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the same here. And also here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this will be interesting how currently here we have 5 actually. How this will work, might work. We have to see. Okay, very good. So at this point, I'm pretty much done with my pre-planning, and I could go ahead and start based on this study, put down my first mesh. We will start at the center, then work on this tip, and then we go to the back.